we just gonna have to make do what it do, baby. I'm gonna have to turn the mic down a little bit. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Y'all see, I got the little curls in my locks. My cousin braided my hair down, but it started hurting back here, so I took it down. Hang on, I'm thirsty. Today I'm going to be answering questions nobody talks about, okay? Like, about college. Obviously. That's the only y'all can give advice on. How do I recover after failing or falling behind? Okay, so I didn't have much of these moments, but I had a couple of them where I just didn't feel like giving my all, and I just fell behind, and I failed a couple of tests. I'm not gonna lie, but just know it is okay to be disappointed, because I was disappointed for a minute. That first time I failed my test, I was just like, this is not you, Destiny. What? Who is this? But it's important to look at, you know, where you failed at. Like me, sometimes I take too long to do, like I procrastinate. Like I said in my previous videos, I'll procrastinate and wait to the last moment to try to do something, and then that causes me to just not read through the instructions all the way, and I'll, like, you know, half do it or whatever. But you know, reevaluate your mistakes, look at what you did wrong, and ask yourself, like, what can I learn from this? Because when you fail, it's not like, oh, this is the last time I'm going to do this. When you fail, it's like, okay, how can I set myself up for success the next time? So if I failed this test, how am I going to use this as an opportunity to make better on the next test? Get it? And failure, you know, failure is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that your approach this time didn't work. So as you guys, well, I don't know if you guys know, but if you guys follow my TikTok, I did apply for Streamer University, and so I applied that mindset there. At first, I wasn't going to apply for Streamer University, but my old classmate texted me. He was like, you know, I really thought of you when I saw this, and he was like, I think you should do it. And I was like, me? And I was like, you know what? What's the harm in, you know, applying? It's either a yes or a no, you know. So it's like, if it's a no, I can just try again next year, which is what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna build my following up and try again next year. Anyways, my main takeaway from this question or this tip is, don't let one bad moment keep you down forever, because if you stay in that little moment of darkness, it will drag you down for the rest of your year. Question number 2, is it okay to eat alone? Obviously, yes. It's okay to eat alone. I know it's going to feel awkward, especially when you're just getting settled into that school. I promise it is okay to eat alone. Nobody's going to laugh at you, or nobody's going to make fun of you because you're sitting alone. I promise this is not like high school in some places. Nobody really cares, for real, to be honest. I mean, they might be like, oh, that's somebody else. That's literally it. Because everybody's dealing with their own things, to be honest. You know, I find it peaceful sometimes, you know, just eating or whatever, and I'm just watching TV, or I'm just, you know, catching up on some work or something, or I'm talking to my family, you know, on the phone and everything, or I'm just like sitting there eating, you know. I don't know, but you gotta get comfortable with being alone, like I said in my other video. And don't be like me and skip meals just because you're afraid to go by yourself. Because me, I think I have social anxiety, I'm not sure. But I did skip meals before because I was scared to go by myself. How do you know when a friendship is over? I've experienced this multiple times before, okay? How do you know when a friendship is over? Usually it's just like when you're always reaching out first, you know, you're always the one asking, can we hang out? Do you guys want to go do this? Are you guys busy? All that. Let's see, what's another one. If you feel drained after talking to your friends or whatever, or friend, whoever, instead of feeling like energized, I think that's a sign, because when I fell out with my friend group, I always dreaded like hanging out with them because it was just like it felt like so much of my energy was being taken because I felt like I was being taken advantage of for my niceness. And another thing, they only show up when they need something. So they only want to talk to you when they need you to help them on an assignment, or they need some money, or they need your car. Sorry, y'all. But stuff like that. Like that's a big red flag, you know. No, don't force people to be in your life when they're obviously trying to leave. How do you deal with drama in a friend group? It depends on if it involves you or not. If it involves you, well, either way, you can get all sides of the story. Just talk to everybody, get everybody's side of the story, you know. And obviously, you're adult now. You're an adult now, okay? You're on your own. Talk it out. Actually talk it out. You're 18, 19, whatever. Talk it out. Please stop. There's no reason in going behind people's backs and just being messy for no reason. And if it doesn't involve you, you know, try to stay neutral as much as you can, unless it's like an obvious side, like who is right, who is wrong. Like, it just depends on the situation. And so, like, drama usually grows because people rather, like, go behind the other person, you know, talk behind their back instead of talking face to face with that one person. How do you stay motivated even when you don't feel like doing anything? This one was a really hard one for me because my second semester, I felt no motivation, period. I was just ready to go home. I did not want to be at that school. But really, motivation comes and goes, to be honest. Like, you know, that sudden burst of energy like you get like in the middle of the night to just rearrange your whole room. Have you ever had that? Anyways, you can't just rely on your motivation. You need to be disciplined, actually. So to do that, you start focusing on habits. So what you do is you start small. Start studying for 15-20 minutes every day. Start studying 15 minutes at this hour every day. Go to the gym once a week, and then you start going twice a week, and then, you know, build it up. Small stuff like that. And so it's like motivation can get you started on something, but the discipline you need that to keep you going. What do you do when you're afraid of failing? This is a big problem of mine. I am super scared to fail. I'm scared to go to college and be like, oh my god, none of this worked out and everything. But you know, a lot of people fail not because they tried, but they fail because they're afraid to start. People let that fear of failing stop them from even trying anything, that's the main problem. You gotta stop holding yourself back. So you have to realize, like, even if you do fail, that's a learning moment. So it's like you can gain more experience and knowledge and all that, and then just try it next time. That is how I'm looking at it. So, and how do you stop caring so much about what other people think? This was really my main problem in the first semester because I was worried about how people would see me dressed and how people would see me in class and everything. But a lot of people care about what other people care about, or we think that because we're human, we want to know what other people think of us, okay? And so it really doesn't, actually. When you get to college, when you get into the big world, nobody really cares for you, and if they do, it's whatever. How does that affect you? But if someone else's opinion matters more than your own goals and values, that's a problem. Because what are they doing that changes you? You know what I'm saying? People are going to have their own opinions regardless. But it's like, if you wouldn't trade lives with that person, why would their opinion matter to you? See what I'm saying? Like, they could be in a worse situation, but they still wanna judge you. That's all. So, should I get a job my first year? I'd say for at least one semester, focus on adjusting and getting your academics together. Or if you can really handle all that, I say go ahead. But my first semester, well, both of my semesters, I did work study, so I didn't have to really go anywhere. I was at my school. But it also depends on your situation. You know, if you need more money, go ahead. You know, and in my work study, I just graded papers for real. So I was getting paid $100 something a week to grade papers, which I wanted. I worked at Walmart before I went to school, but my dad was like, I want you to focus, really focus for your school year. So I was like, you know what, okay. And another thing to think about, another thing of oh my god, another thing to think about before getting a job is can you handle it with your class schedule? Make sure it goes, you know, is cohesive with your class schedule. What's a lesson you learned the hard way? Don't get complacent. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. I'm gonna give you a second. No, I'm not. Anyways, complacent, it means don't get comfortable. Don't get too relaxed. Don't get, you know, cause after my first semester, when it started getting towards the end, like towards Thanksgiving break, I started like slacking on my work, and I almost lost my dean's list. I promise you, I almost had finished with a C, but I got my grade back up. And it could just be like with other things too, not just with your grades. It could be like, I don't know, in the gym, don't get too complacent. Don't, you know, I don't know, just don't get too complacent and too relaxed. And don't get too comfortable. You should always be having something to challenge you. Like you should always be trying to be, you know, challenged. And what is something that people should stop worrying about? I'd probably say stop worrying about being on the same timeline as everyone else, because you know, obviously everybody's different. Everybody has, you know, different goals, different things they're meant to reach and all that. You know, just because someone reached a certain milestone before you don't mean you missed your opportunity. Just because I see someone in Mississippi got more followers than me don't mean I'm not gonna make it, you know. See what I'm saying? Because that don't mean I gotta stop making gotta make what? I can't speak today. That don't mean I gotta stop making content. It just means I gotta keep going, because, you know, one day that's gonna be me. Okay? And you know, we get so caught in trying to see what other people are doing. We just need to focus on our own progress. We need to stop worrying about somebody else's chapter 12 when we're still on chapter 4. So like, I think this video is gonna be pretty short, which I think is what I need, because not everybody wants to watch a long video, which this is super cool. I just have a few quick little questions. You know, I'm trying to get some more uploads. I'm trying to get a gaming video uploaded, or I'm trying to get it edited at least right now. I'm probably gonna edit this one before I do the gaming video, and then I'm gonna get that one uploaded. Yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what else y'all want. Love y'all.
You got a 2-day trial before I take back my time and make you pay. 30-day trial before I made my mind.